Disney Legends ceremony, please join me in welcoming the incredible, the incomparable, sorry, the legendary Christina Aguilera.
You may think you see who I really am, but you'll never know me. Every day is as if I played a part. Now I see, if I wear a mask, I can fool the world, but I cannot fool my heart. In a world where I have to hide my heart and what I believe, but somehow I will show the world what's inside my heart and be loved for who I am. Monster, monster.
Sure.
He told me where to exit, so.
You can go this way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Kristen. Robert Downey Jr. delivered more than an iconic performance. He launched the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we're very proud to officially recognize him as a Disney legend.
Been a while since I was in front of you. I figure I'll stick to the cards this time. Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. He's been recognized with a SAG Award, 3 Golden Globes, and 2 Academy Award nominations.
The level of intelligence and thought and creativity and ingenuity that he's brought to film is incalculable.
With numerous film and television appearances throughout his teens and early 20s, Robert's dramatic star-making turn came in 1987's Less Than Zero, where he gave a critically acclaimed performance, which led to roles in several other popular films, including Chaplin and Tropic Thunder, which earned him Oscar nods, and Sherlock Holmes, a role which won him a Golden Globe for Best Actor.
I think Robert was at a point in his life and his career where he could break out, do something really big and exciting.
In 2008, Robert made film history with his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as Tony Stark in Iron Man.
Good luck keeping up.
The film was directed by Jon Favreau, and audiences loved Robert's signature portrayal of the genius industrialist turned superhero.
Yeah, I can fly. I think most of us have been pretty vocal about what he started, and without him, none of us would be in this position.
His performance matched perfectly with Marvel's storytelling style.
Casting Robert Downey Jr., perfect for Tony Stark.
He can be funny and he can be witty, and is at all times. He can be self-reflexive in an amazing way.
Creating a hero that is equal parts brash and vulnerable.
I want you to husband.
And for more than a decade, Robert's portrayal of Iron Man has thrilled theatergoers, helping to transform the MCU into one of the most successful franchises of all time. Robert appeared in an unprecedented string of blockbuster hits, 10 in total, including Iron Man, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and culminating in Avengers: Endgame, the biggest box office success in history.
Take that off. What are you? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Through charity work, including many children's hospital visits, random act funding, and his recently announced Footprint Coalition, Robert continues to be a hero off-screen as well. All while his ability to relate complex, multifaceted characters to audiences around the world has secured Robert Downey Jr.'s indelible mark in film history.
I'm just glad that I participated in some small way with making space for all of this amazing new set of talented folks that are coming in and picking up the torch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Stark himself, the one and only Robert Downey Jr.
First of all, I'm a mess after Aguilera came up. That's one of my favorite songs. I was like, how am I supposed to get up here and talk after that? Thank you. This is my new one. That means 3,000. 3 of those one is.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. The very first time I went to Disneyland, I was transported to another place within moments of being arrested. I was brought to a surprisingly friendly processing center. Given a stern warning and returned to, if memory serves, one very disappointed group chaperone. I've been sitting on that shame for a while, and I'm just going to release it here tonight. I would like to make amends to whomever had to detain me for smoking pot in the gondola without a license. And I'm sorry, I don't want to further confuse the issue by insinuating that pot smoking licenses for the gondola are in any way obtainable, or for any of the other park attractions. As far as I know, I mean, that's, it's appropriate. Maybe the Imagineers, but that's their own business. Anyway, that's a load off. This is beautiful. I had a feeling that today would be special, and I'm delighted to be among such a rich and diverse group of humans. We're all seeking to reflect the many. Thank you. You want to make this a Q&A? We can do that. That's later. This lens of creative expression, I think we all share a really deep and meaningful privilege. Here's my Shakespeare bit. We hold, as were, the mirror up to nature. I must have been very emotional when I wrote this. We could just scroll down to the thank yous. But playing Tony over these many years and that thematic idea that technology can guide our species toward enlightenment or destruction, it's been a really worthwhile, and it's an ongoing meditation. It's been a great gift. So I want to thank the fans who made this all possible, starting back in 2008. And so to Victoria, Kevin, Lou and Bob, both Allens, Horn and Bergman, Joe and Anthony, my constant companion from the very first day of shooting any of them, James Dennis Rich, who's sitting over there, my right-hand man, and the brotherly bond of faith with the exceptional storyteller and my fellow honoree Jon Favreau. So here's what I get to do. I get to remain a fan of the first inclusive and evolving cinematic universe ever so far. And yeah, here's the future.
Jon Favreau has taken audiences on unforgettable adventures, whether deep in the jungle or out to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Great storytelling is the common thread of his craft.
Anybody could sit down in their seat and watch and enjoy.
Jon's work with Disney began as a voice actor for animated television.
Jealousy, please, I have a name, let's use it.
But he rocketed onto screens with Marvel Studios' Iron Man in 2008 as both its first director and one of its stars.
I got him!
His vision helped set the pace and tone for 23 blockbuster films to follow.
Take a look. It's pretty impressive, huh?
His role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe carried on, not only as a director and actor, but also as executive producer on Marvel Studios films, including the box office smash hits Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame.
You see, it's true. Someone like me couldn't learn to be like someone like you.
That's the real magic.
His stunning take on the Jungle Book was an innovative retelling for a new generation through a new type of animation. And his visually dazzling journey back to Pride Rock with a retelling of The Lion King has reconnected audiences with this classic Disney tale.
It was a huge toolbox because I got to do stuff that would be indulgent on a live action shoot.
Once again, shattering the mold for how stories can be told.
You have a good story you're all telling together, the good things happen.
John and I actually have something in common. We both grew up near the site of the 1964-1965 World's Fair, where Walt Disney first introduced 3 exhibitions, including It's a Small World. Among the many things that I've learned from studying Walt over the years is the power of technology in the hands of a great storyteller. Walt was a master at using it, and so is John. As evidenced by his work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as you just saw, in the Jungle Book, in the stunning live-action version of The Lion King, and in the upcoming series, The Mandalorian on Disney+. So it is my pleasure to present this award to a true visionary and a great storyteller, Jon Favreau.
Thank you to my family, my Disney family, my Marvel family, my Star Wars family, the family of fans out there. I love you, and you're the reason I'm here. So thank you for creating a dialogue through storytelling and sharing our childhood memories and moving those memories into the future and creating new memories for each next generation. I like what Bob was saying, and I think instead of talking about me, let's take this opportunity to talk about Walt Disney, because that's why we're all here. It's interesting that it's very flattering about technology, because as Arthur C. Clarke said, a sufficient enough technology is indistinguishable from magic, and Walt Disney was the master of bringing the old myths and the magic of technology together to create indelible memories and create a culture that we all grew up in, that passed a set of values from one generation to the next. And I love the statue too, because it represents the scroll at the bottom. I think represents ideas and inspiration. The hand represents the craft, and of course the star is the magic that comes from that. I also love it because it's from The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia, one of my favorite movies. By the way, Mickey Mouse was rebooted for that in the 40s. It was the first time he appeared with pupils, and Twitter went berserk. But his legacy endured. And I actually love the message in that particular film, because it is a true inspiration. The Sorcerer's Apprentice came from the Goethe poem from the 1700s, and that was reflective of the myth of the Golem of Prague with the water buckets. So these are stories, and Walt always tapped into stories that went back all the way into human history. And this one is a wonderful story because, as you all know, as we, all of us people who are being presented with awards, are on our journey from mouse to magician, as is encapsulated in this fable, we realize that in the beginning, you're very confused by the magic, by the technology. When Mickey puts on that hat, it gets away from him. But then that wonderful wise wizard saves him from the mops. And that wizard's name was, who knows what the name of the wizard was? Yensid. Yensid, which is Disney spelled backwards. And the artist drew inspiration from his face, specifically his eyebrow, which was, when they were being admonished, that eyebrow, legend has it, his eyebrow would lift up as he would look at you. But then he cast his spell, parted the seas, and made everything safe, and then took the apprentice back under his wing to become the wizard for the next generation. And so as I'm on my path now from mouse to wizard, I thank Disney and all of you for the opportunity to tell these stories, to explore technology, and help bring magic to the next generation. Thank you.
Christina Aguilera's powerful voice and wide vocal range have wowed audiences around the globe for more than 2 decades. She's been honored with 6 Grammy Awards, the Billboard Music Award, MTV Europe Award, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and more. Christina's star power was evident from her debut as a Mouseketeer on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club on the Disney Channel in the early 1990s. But it was her rendition of Reflection for the soundtrack of the groundbreaking film Mulan that brought Christina's amazing talent to a worldwide audience. Her captivating performance was met with critical acclaim and led to her first recording contract and debut album, Christina Aguilera, which earned her the 2000 Grammy Award for Best New Artist. Through the years, she's continued to be a fixture in Disney projects, performing live for televised events such as the happiest homecoming on Earth for Disneyland's 50th anniversary celebration, the Walt Disney World Summer Jam Concert, and the Disney Parks Christmas Day Parade telecast. She's also stepped out of the spotlight to support aspiring young artists on the Disney Channel's original documentary series, 2-Hour Tour.
Never giving up is the key advice I'd give.
Christina's high-energy performances have kept the party going, and her dynamic appearance on ABC's Rockin' New Year's Eve from Times Square hit a high note. Beyond her professional career, Christina has also had a tremendous impact on the world through her widespread philanthropic work, supporting a variety of important causes that include AIDS awareness, domestic violence, and the environment. Christina Aguilera continues to dazzle audiences everywhere with her phenomenal talent and her enormous heart, leaving an enduring impression on all who experience her warmth, compassion, and exceptional artistry.
After her stunning performance earlier in this presentation, I'm pretty sure Christina doesn't really need another introduction. We all know she's an extraordinarily gifted singer, songwriter, and actress, a former Mouseketeer, the ultimate Disney fan, and now a Disney legend. So please welcome Christina Aguilera.
This is way cooler than a Grammy, I just have to say. So, thank you, Bob Iger. This is tremendous. You don't understand. Like, I'm maybe the ultimate Disney fan. I don't know, but well, I know it's high competition in this room, but oh my God. So I have a speech, but I'm gonna throw it out because, my God, thank you so much. I didn't hear that, but thank you so much for this amazing honor. I love you too. I love this. This is so special. I'm like shaking. I'm so proud to be included in this group of such amazing people. Oh my God, and Barnett. I was sitting next to this amazing woman the whole time and I had no idea. The electrical parade, are you kidding me? Oh my God. Sorry, I'm a little goofy, and I'm very emotional too, so I was holding back. I've been holding back tears all day. But wow, like I just became a huge fan and I had no idea. I'm so starstruck I was sitting next to her. That's so cool. I'm such a fan of your work. So yes, way cooler than a Grammy. This is kind of my life's work right here. Disney has been a part of my life story. I mean, well, I just came back actually, speaking of, she worked on the Tokyo Disney Light Parade too, and that is magical. I have to say, like, I have friends who are like, what? It's like, I lived in Tokyo when I was a little girl, and so it's very nostalgic for me, and a tradition to bring my kids back there around the ages of 3 to 6, so I took them both when they're 4, and Tokyo Disneyland is one of the places that we have to hit when we go there, and to experience that with my kids is very important for me because that was my first Disneyland experience was in Tokyo. And some people are like, why would you go all the way to, you know, Japan and go to Disneyland? I was like, because they're all different, okay? You have to hit each and every one of them. I haven't been. They're amazing, and they're all like, they have their little like special signatures, I have to say. Nice job. So, but Disney is actually what inspired me to sing. When I first saw The Sound of Music and Julie Andrews in those hills and singing so freely and so beautifully, it was my escape as a child who grew up in a kind of a chaotic household. It was music, and it was Disney, and it was the soundtrack of Disney that completely swept up my heart and gave me, before I even knew that I wanted to do it as a career, just that hope and that connection to magic, and that connection to just what imagination can do. Alice in Wonderland too, to snuggle with my kids on the couch and you know, just be under blankets and be captivated by these amazing worlds that Disney creates is so incredible. So yes, the world of Disney has made me feel like anything was possible at that young of an age. So if I could imagine it, I could do it. Being blessed with a spot also in the Mickey Mouse Club with fellow Mouseketeers who we're very familiar with, who are amazing, and was such a special time for me. That was when Mickey and the Mickey Mouse Club and Disney became my home. When I was in school, it was hard for me sometimes to relate to other kids, and I came from a very sports-dominated school, so music was my thing, and creativity, and you know, my passion for, you know, the stage and everything. And that was a place on the show where I could be myself and feel comfortable in my own skin for the first time around other kids that enjoyed doing the same thing I did. So overall, it all started with the support of Disney. And then, of course, didn't stop there. My audition for the song Reflection also coincided with the landing of my record deal, all in the same week. So 2020, we're coming up on the anniversary of Mulan, which is incredible. And we're coming up on, well, tomorrow is the anniversary of my debut album. So both things have such special meaning to me, truly. So Reflection also, it has a message that I've always incorporated. It's interesting, it started my career and it continued to stay with me to this day. It's an important message that I promote, to live your truth. It's all in the lyrics. To live your truth, to show who you are inside, to be brave, to be a fighter. And now, these are messages that I can pass on to my own son and daughter who are fans of the movie. And because it's not, the messages still hold true and they're timeless. It's not your gender or anything outside yourself that defines you. What defines you is who you are inside. And while I know my Disney story is definitely unique and special, I also know that millions of people around the world have their own Disney story to tell. Each one just as special and just as memorable as mine. So I'm so grateful for all the ways that Disney has, the Disney spirit has blessed my life, and I truly wish all of you the same blessings, and thank you. Have a magical day.
Camera or behind the voice of an animated hero, her power shines through. She's won an Annie Award, multiple Online Film and Television Association Awards, a Kids' Choice Award, and has been nominated for both a People's Choice and a Screen Actors Guild Award. She endeared herself to audiences everywhere through her big screen debut in Disney's critically acclaimed adaptation of Amy Tan's popular novel, The Joy Luck Club. Ming-Na gave a heartfelt performance as the lead character, Jun Woo, who learns to embrace the differences between generations and cultures and discovers her own strength and individual identity.
No talking in Chinese. How do I know you're not cheating?
Sa Mulan.
Present.
Ming-Na provided the heart and soul of a warrior as the eponymous hero in Disney's Mulan. In this groundbreaking film, she helped to breathe life into a renowned piece of Chinese folklore in a way that is both inspiring and relatable to audiences worldwide.
I've got
your back. She's given voice to this heroic role for numerous projects, including a film sequel, video games and television shows, and most recently, Walt Disney Animation Studios' hit film, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Sometimes your song can't start until you go someplace to reflect. What?
Ming-Na currently saves the world on camera as Agent Melinda May, aka the Cavalry, on the ABC series Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We get our butts kicked.
Ming-Na's award-winning character voices are also regularly heard in a number of Disney television projects, including Phineas and Ferb, Disney XD's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Milo Murphy's Law, and the digital shorts and film Marvel Rising: Secret Warriors.
Like a true warrior.
You done this before?
Not exactly.
Ming-Na Wen has brought us some of the most powerful heroes in film and television. But it's her heartfelt ability to connect the ordinary person to extraordinary circumstances that leaves audiences on the edge of their seat.
Hang on! It's always about the audience. There's no words to describe it. It just feels so good.
Obvious from that video, Ming-Na Wen has broken the mold and made her mark as a Disney princess, a Marvel star, and when The Mandalorian debuts this fall, she'll officially become part of the Star Wars universe as well. That is quite a trifecta, from a princess to an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. to a galaxy far, far away. So please welcome Disney legend Ming-Na Wen.
I'm such a geek girl, and please just keep acquiring all these different franchises and because I just keep getting employed by them. I have hit every bucket list thanks to Disney, and it's impossible that I'm here right now amongst all the amazing legends of this year and past years. I used to pray to God, Buddha, and the Force when I was a little girl. So it's astounding to me. Disney has offered me so much more. And Bob, when my managers read your letter to me, because I don't read my emails, I cried. So you made me cry. Thank you. It's beyond belief. When I did Joy Luck Club, I met my husband. Thank you. So Disney also provided me not just a career family, but a real family. And we've been married 26, honey? We've been together a long time. And we have two beautiful children, Michaela and Cooper. I'm so excited that you're here to see mommy be really cool, I hope now. My first trip to Disney World was with my girlfriend Vivian. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm saying all this. It's just the impact of Disney in my professional and my personal life is a gift already, and this legend thing is insane. But most of all, when people ask me how I get my inspiration for all these strong female role models, it's my mom. And she's here. Thank you. Single mom, held down 3 jobs to raise her kids. Met my stepfather, and he was able to bring us to America. And she is a woman warrior, through and through. And if Disney doesn't personify all our dreams and all our hopes and our heart and our love for fantasy and believing in the hero in all of us, then there's no magic anywhere anymore in this world. So thank you to Disney for providing and continuing to give us stories and imagination and love, and thank you, Mom, for giving me the courage to be here, to live this American dream. And I love you. And I love you all. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you for this honor.
James Earl Jones. He's received an honorary Academy Award, a Grammy, and multiple Emmy and Tony Awards, all in recognition of his more than 200 film and television roles, as well as countless more on the Broadway stage. And throughout, he has enjoyed a special connection to Disney, whether on camera or narrating messages of profound importance.
Of all the planets in our universe, we know of only one that can support life.
It's hard to imagine a more commanding and recognizable voice. Who would have guessed that a young man who struggled with a stutter would bring us the steady warmth and fatherly wisdom as the regal Mufasa in The Lion King?
I think doing voice for animation is probably acting in its purest and most ancient form. It's a bit like the Greek form of acting in ancient Greek where they had masks on. In our case, the mask is the animator's drawings, you know.
A beloved role that continues to this day.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom. But a king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun.
Despite decades of compelling roles, it was a single-day recording session in March of 1977 where James Earl Jones breathed menacing life into one of the most iconic movie villains of all time.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Delivering a powerful performance that is forceful in every meaning of the word.
Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive!
Star Wars and its sequels smashed box office records, forever connecting Jones with a role he has played for over 40 years.
The Force is strong with this one.
From Pride Rock to a speeding starship, James Earl Jones has created some of cinema's most memorable characters in a career of galactic proportion.
Oh, that voice. From the menace of Darth Vader to the kind wisdom of Mufasa, James Earl Jones is the voice behind some of the most iconic characters and most memorable lines in history. We can think of no one more worthy of being recognized as a Disney legend. Unfortunately, James couldn't join us in Anaheim today, but he asked us to share this message with all of you.
Hello, Disney fans. I'm sorry I can't be with you here today, but I'm sure you're having a fantastic time. I've had the great honor to work with Disney several times over the years, and it is a great honor to be included in the Disney Legends Hall of Fame. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.
Legends Awards. Please welcome Kenny Ortega.
Hello. This is truly a full circle moment for me. Bob, when I received your letter, and I received it at my home, my assistant Heather said, I think you want to read this. And when I read it, tears were streaming down my face. And then I had to read it a second time just in case I was crying for nothing and that it wasn't really what I thought it was. It was truly one of the most magical and exciting moments to hear from you and to welcome me into this incredible family and institution. My mother and father inspired me with their love of music and dance when I was a little boy. And Mickey Mouse Club, the Mickey Mouse Club, between my mom and dad and the Mickey Mouse Club, that's what set me on my path, my life path, in pursuit of my dreams. I love the Mickey Mouse Club so much. I wanted to be in that club so much that when I was 5 years old, I went into the kitchen and I took a butter knife and I dismantled the back of our television set so that I could climb inside the television to be in the club. My mom saved me from electrocution. And then I realized that it was I had to use my imagination. And my imagination would get me into that club. And I would stand in front of the TV and I would watch the roll call at the beginning.
For decades, she's enchanted us on stage, on the silver screen, and in song, delivering performances that are sometimes bold, often outrageous, and always divine.
Well, this whole acting thing's been going pretty good, right?
With 3 Emmy Awards, 4 Golden Globes, 3 Grammys, 2 Tony Awards, and more than 30 million records sold worldwide, Bette Midler is the embodiment of a true star.
I give people a good time, and I think people really like to have a good time.
Bette had a flair for the dramatic at a young age, starring in the first theater production at her high school, before the lights of Broadway called and she left home to begin her career. She worked non-stop to explore and refine her craft. As Bette's performing career continued to grow, her versatility came clearly into focus on the big screen with a string of hit comedies for Disney. Bette's star ascended even higher with the 1988 release of Beaches, a story of friendship and growth that she produced, starred in, and sang her platinum-selling and Grammy-winning rendition of Wind Beneath My Wings.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
But perhaps her most memorable role would be that of Richie Winfred Sanderson in the 1993 instant classic, Hocus Pocus. This star turn showcased her vocal prowess and comic ability perfectly, capturing what she considers her favorite film performance.
Now the witch is back! The planet is so full of magic, and you must find it.
Bette Midler. For 50 years, she has continued to bewitch and entertain audiences throughout a career filled with Hollywood premieres and Broadway standing ovations, all of them touched in no small part with her own divine magic.
So Bette and I actually were neighbors. We lived in the same building in New York. And I would see her on the elevator when she was going out to walk her dog. And I was always praying she would break out in song. Now, she never did. If you have ever heard Bette sing in concert in the movies or on an elevator, you know what it means to be truly awed. She's an icon, an extraordinary talent, and a force of nature. And there is literally nothing she can't do except unfortunately control the weather. Bette actually spent hours in an airport yesterday, stuck in a storm, hoping the weather would eventually cooperate because she was determined to be here. But unfortunately, the storm raged on and she ultimately had to admit defeat, which if you know Bette, is something she hates to do. In typical Bette fashion, she made sure the show would go on by asking her daughter to accept the Disney Legends Award on her behalf. So please welcome Bette Midler's daughter, Sophie von Hasselberg. Sophie.
My mom is so sorry that she couldn't be here, and so am I, because I did not know that I was going to be doing this until 11 p.m. last night. So please bear with me, but she sent a very lovely speech, which I will be reading for her. Here we go. I spent 10 of the happiest years of my life on Dopey Drive, both as an actor and as a producer. The pictures I was privileged to make brought so much joy into the world. We made people laugh.